Hello and welcome back. I am Dayo, and in this particular lesson, I want to walk you through what I called your life journey. So what I call your life journey is simply a very simple model that you can use to understand how your life has evolved over time. So what I'd like you to pay attention to here is that there are three facets of your life. There was a time that you were in. There was a past you, and this past you seemed to have your personal history and your story. Now, there's a past you which is majorly all that you have been in the past, all of your personal history, all of your personal story is embedded in your past. Now, all of that have led you up until this present moment where you currently are, and I refer to this as present you. And this present you is what you know about you and what people know about you currently. Now, this present you in combination or in conjunction with the past you is also preparing you to move into what I call depending you. Depending you is basically who you are evolving into. Now, whenever I get into conversations with people and ask them that, who do you see yourself becoming? A lot of times, the answers people give me tend to describe themselves in function of roles, that is, in terms of what they will be doing, rather than who they will be or who they will be evolving into. So if I ask you right now, who do you see yourself becoming? And well, you may be telling yourself that I see myself as a successful, powerful, popular celebrity. I see myself as somebody who is able to go out there and do all that kind of things. Now, depending on your answer, if you see yourself as something you will be doing, that is a role you are trying to play. And if you see yourself as something you are becoming, then that is a person you are evolving into. And it is important to have these two dichotomies clearly laid out. Are you trying to evolve into a person, into a role, or you are trying to evolve into a being? Because here this is human doing, here this is human being. You can do so much without being, but there's no way you will be without doing. What I also want you to understand here is that sometimes your life journey is not about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you, so you can become who you were meant to be in the first place. And I need to explain that a little more. Sometimes your life could be unbecoming everything that isn't totally who you were meant to be in the first place. And whenever you get to go through that unbecoming process, if you become a more evolved version of yourself, it is important that I explain that to you right about now. Because the thing is, your past you has contributed to whatever it is you currently experience. But the choices and the decisions you make right now can shape depending you from wherever it is you are going to be or whoever it is you are going to evolve into. Now, the interesting thing is that when we look at the present you, you'll find two interesting sides. One, you find a private you, and you also find a public you. The private you happens to be the part of you that is completely hidden away from people, that no one else knows about this part except you, the owner of this life journey. This private you is so private that even some other persons may not exactly know this private part of your life. Elsewhere, there is a public you, and this public you is what every other person knows about you. In fact, this is the part of you that is flaunting all kinds of things on social media. Now, what usually happens is that when there is a discord between the private you and the public you, it tends to create some form of anxiety. Now, you can pretend to everyone outside of yourself, but whenever you decide to look inside, you may want to ask yourself, how long are you going to pretend to yourself? Taking this idea of your life journey, let's look at how fear, confidence, courage, and anxiety actually builds. Now, fear usually is an accumulation of things that have happened to you in the past. And then confidence is what you need in the present time in order to move towards depending you courageously. Oh, that may sound a little big for you to understand. So let me break it down a little more. Now, in the past life, or let me say, if you have any element of fear, what you will notice is that it's coming from something you have experienced before. Whenever people have fears, it is often coming from a past you, a past part of your life that you have had before. And I usually say that fear is basically former experiences affirming reality. Whenever you don't have that experience, or you don't have any reference for an experience in the past, then fear becomes baseless. But then when we look at confidence, confidence is what you need to live every single day, every single part of the journey going forward. And courage is what you need to actually become the person you are truly meant to be, to evolve into the person you truly need to evolve into. Here's the interesting thing. Anxiety comes in and affects the present you and the pending you, in the sense that anxiety begins to color how you now begin to look at things. And so as we go on, I'm going to walk you through some of the exercises that you can actually take in order to actually handle anxiety that's associated with the present you and the pending you. Here's something that Eckhart Tolle once said. He said, people tend to dwell more on negative things than on good things. So the mind then becomes obsessed with negative things, with judgments, guilt, and anxiety produced by thoughts about the future and so on. People dwell more on negative things than on positive things, and that's a normal bias that our brain has. Our brain is kind of designed to keep us surviving, to keep us to live. You remember when I explained that in the brain science of social anxiety, right? So the survival that is at the base makes us to dwell more on negative things than on positive things. So the mind then becomes obsessed with negative things, with judgment, with guilt, with anxiety produced by thoughts about what? So the anxiety is produced by what? The thoughts about the future.